Dayton, Ohio, a city located in southwestern Ohio. This city had a booming history in the 1900s, but recently has fallen on hard times. With the departure of companies such as GM and Teradata, Dayton's economy has suffered greatly. This has led to a tragedy unfolding right before our eyes. The tragedy is the food desert in West Dayton. Recently, West Dayton has been classified as a food desert. A lot of us might not know what the term food desert means. We will allow Amaha Selassie, the leader of the Gem City Market, to try and explain this concept to you all.
Food desert, meaning that there is a lack of access to fresh fruits and vegetables within 1 mile radius.
West Dayton has had many resources taken out of their community. This has led to a deterioration of the west side. The poverty rate is high, houses are barely being held up, and the community is constantly struggling to keep its head above water. Luckily for West Dayton residents, they have a man named Amaha Selassie on their side. Amaha and his team at Co-op Dayton are going to try and build a full-service grocery store in West Dayton. In our interview, Amaha elaborated on the main goal of the market.
Overall goal of Gem City Market is to provide increased access to fresh fruits and vegetables within an area that is often called a food desert.
Omaha has teamed up with Leela Klein and her team at Co-op Dayton to help bring this idea to fruition. In an interview, Leela helped explain her position at Co-op Dayton, what Co-op Dayton is, and how she found out about the market and got connected to it.
I'm one of the co-founders. The organization was co-founded by a group of folks who came together around the issue of the food desert. And we were kind of trying to figure out what we could do to help. And one thing that came up was the idea of creating a cooperative grocery store. And so we decided to create this co-op incubator to help sort of make that a reality. So I'm one of 5, I think, co-founders. And then I'm now the executive director. So a community organizer and leader named Erica Bruton was working for an organization called Miami Valley Organizing Collaborative, and she was the first person who said, you know, let's try to bring a group of people together who can really brainstorm and figure out how we're going to solve this issue. So she was really smart in her initial approach. She invited people from every sector. So there were like folks from the churches, there were folks from the government, there were folks from the neighborhood, there were folks from different organizations. And she also included people from the labor movement, so from unions. And I was actually at the time a union attorney, and she and I knew each other through some other work. And so she invited me to that first table back in 2015.
Leela and Amaha both have a passion for trying to help improve the lives of those who live in West Dayton. The folks in West Dayton have been suffering ever since the old Kroger shut down in West Dayton. We interviewed a student who has been personally touched by the food desert. You said that you have a little bit of personal connection to that. I was wondering if you could help explain that connection that you have, how maybe the food desert has affected someone you love or even yourself.
Well, when I was growing up, I was at my grandparents' house, and the Kroger is right around the corner from them. And I remember it closing down, they being kind of upset about, the grocery store closing down because now they have to drive all the way down. When older people get older, they don't want to like move around a lot, so I kind of experienced that myself. And then I just see like, since I grew up in West Dayton, North West Dayton, whatever, I seen like the food desert that's there. I seen people like walking with grocery bags to the stores. There's not really like a grocery store in that side of town. So I think that Gem City Market would be a great addition to our city just to make it better. Because that's what I'm all for, about community involvement and making Dayton better.
After the Kroger, located on Gettysburg Avenue, closed down, the people of West Dayton didn't have a grocery store that could provide fresh produce within a mile of their location. This caused a lot of uproar and anger in the community. Food is a necessity for people to survive, and there is no excuse as to why these people couldn't access food in their own community. This is when the Gem City Market started. Amaha and his team wanted to fill the void in this community by giving West Dayton residents access to a full-service grocery store. The residents of Dayton are very excited about what the Gem City Market will have to offer them. This has been shown throughout the support of the community. In our interview with Leila Klein, she talked about how supportive people have been throughout this whole process of the market coming to fruition.
We've had really incredible support from the universities in town. So Sinclair from the very beginning has been really supportive, and we've had a number of different student groups who've worked with us. The student newspaper has really covered us and supported us. We have really incredible support from our local elected officials across the board, both the city and the county. I can't think of anyone who has not come out and supported us. And pretty much, if you're an elected official in Dayton, most of them are actually members of the cooperative. We've also been really excited to have support from our entire state and federal congressional delegations. So
One of the big problems for residents in West Dayton is that they don't have access to a car. This means that they have to ride the bus in order to get to the grocery store. This is a time-lapse video of the journey a West Dayton resident has to take in order to reach the grocery store. Leela also explains how the market will help people cut down on the time it takes to reach the grocery store while riding the bus.
yeah, it depends on where you're living. So, for somebody who lives in kind of the Salem corridor, like the area that we're serving, it would take approximately 40 minutes each direction on the bus. So that's like once you get the bus, it's about 40 minutes to get there each way. And for somebody who's living kind of further into West Dayton, it could be even more depending on, you have to go in, wait at the hub, and then go back out. We are on one of the most traveled bus routes in the city. So there are a lot of folks who will have their time cut in half or more.
As you can see, the benefits of the market will include the West Dayton residents will now have access to a full-service grocery store that provides fresh produce. It will cut back on the amount of time it takes an individual from West Dayton to get to a grocery store nearby, and it will bring the community of West Dayton back together. There are so many good things that could come out of the Gem City Market succeeding. It would boost the economy of Dayton, it would improve the lives of West Dayton residents, and it would help restore the city of Dayton that we know and love. There are so many beautiful parts of Dayton, you just have to open your eyes. Whether it is the Oregon District or the new public library, the city of Dayton has so much to offer. As Maha always says, when we help each other succeed, we all succeed. So let's help build up West Dayton. If you are interested in helping out with the market, please contact Amaha Selassie.